Welcome back to Wrestling with Ski. Happy Friday. And I said I didn't know, what to talk about today, but something would come to me. I mean, I didn't think it meant that they were going to release 18 more people. Didn't see that one coming. So made it kind of easy on me. It really makes you wonder what the hell is actually going on with this next latest batch. And they say it's budget cuts, but the reports just came out. They made tens of millions of dollars in the third quarter. So, I mean, something has to be going on that they're not telling us. There's a lot of wasted talent on this list. There are, one or two in there, which, I'm pretty sure most of us are okay with, but like 18 more. I mean, the list of people that they have released, you have to get like 3 foot, like 6 foot poster just so you can actually put everyone's face on there and actually clearly see them. Here, hell, just this year, or if we're going to go farther back, like since COVID started, like the amount of people in humanity that they have let go is like ridiculous at this point. And again, not all of it, because there's some that, they obviously needed, to go, obviously, you know, um, that goes without saying because, you can't hold on to everyone. And, a lot of people just wanted to go, needed to go. So I'm not saying that, but people have been there for forever, or like you're just starting to give like a push and putting effort and time into, like, Malachi or, you know, some of the people even on this list. Like it's just mesmerizing. So let's go over that. Carrying Cross and Scarlett. I mean, look at the monster they made him out to be. Like that combination in NXT, look how over that was. I mean, undefeated for forever, literally just mowing everyone down in his path, and her doing her thing by his side, you know, and then he gets up to the main roster and they have him lose to like Jeff right away. First day there. New ring gear, no Scarlet. Like he had this whole, regardless how you felt about him, he had this mystique about him. Like the whole package, that is like everything. And the comeback didn't, Adam Cole there. I think it was him. Or, you know, they told, again, correct me where I'm wrong, when they said, you have, the song, Smoke the Girl, like all of that to make you special. Yeah, all they have to do to make me look special is ring the bell. I'm pretty sure that was him. Probably off on that one, but like he was so on top of the whole entire world. Like, and he was like so hot when they got him. He was so big. Yeah, like them as the combination was the thing. And the second, like he showed up without her, entrance was off. Granted, there was more ramp and all that, but she was gone doing her thing. Then, they changed up the gear. They added the helmet. They had him lose like two really fast after just dominating everything. And and just talking, like when he talked, like you could tell the difference in the promos as to when he felt it, like really like felt it from the heart, and it was his words as compared to ones where you know it had to be like total just say this, like totally scripted, nothing. Like, he like felt none of it because you could tell the way he delivered it that there was nothing there, which is a damn shame because I'm back to look at some of his other stuff. He could talk, and again, when he's feeling it, he's phenomenal on the mic. I don't know where the hell Scarlett's been. Apparently, I don't know how the hell you let them go though. However, he was in NXT. Someone will pick him up, and she'll be right there with them, and they'll be as hot as they were for the longest time. Like they were hot before they got there. look at NXT and then, another one of those, they get up to the main roster and it just dies. And no, not everyone has that problem. But I mean, a lot of people, more people than not, really have that problem. I mean, at least recently, because everyone go, well, what do you call Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and, a bunch of other more recently future endeavored superstars, like, sorry, Charlotte there, Sasha, Becky, Bailey. There's a lot of those. But I mean, look, what if Mandy and Sonya, what did they accomplish after they got called up? Obviously, you can throw Paige into the thing, mix for good. But I mean, Alistair, Malachi, whatever you want to call them, look along to Gable, do anything. Heavy Machinery was wasted. Enzo and Cass, Mella mostly, Apollo Crews until they turned him heel for years. Like the Riot Squad was just like a joke. I don't think they ever held gold. Viking Raiders, I mean, they at least tried with them. It's just, injuries and stuff. So we can't blame, all of that on them. But like Priest is doing good right now. I'll give him that. Theory did so good that they shot him back down there for a year. So we'll see what happens from that. But like there was success, but they're the pillars now that don't go anywhere. And then you have a million people that like it just, what the hell happened to them? Ember Moon, there's another one. Mia Yim got called up and thrown, with Dijakovic, his T-bar, to get thrown into Retribution, which was just the dumbest thing ever. Like I just don't get it how you had something that was that hot and got so quickly like squandered on day one. Have him as this indestructible force on NXT for that long, never losing, taking out everyone in his path, to losing to Jeff Hardy on his first night on the main roster. Well, still NXT champion. Like it doesn't work. I'm kind of curious to see where they're gonna go. I'm sure they still have the non-compete, which means we're gonna have to wait at least 3 months before we get to see where they go. But I'm sure someone's gonna pick them up. Regardless of what you hear about him with some people like Impact and all that. Someone will have to pick them up just because of who they are and the momentum and the role they were on before it all came crashing down. I just can't believe that he went from that such a short amount of time ago to this in just a few short months. I mean, that was a fall. That was like a nosedive off a cliff. Like, I don't get that one. BFAB, I mean, she hadn't have much, like we only got to see her in the ring a little bit, but I mean, they have her in Hit Row. She's a big part of it. She's been talking the whole time. That was one of the few things where they added a woman to the mix in the group. And then they go and cut her literally 10 seconds after they get drafted to SmackDown. Like, I don't understand that one at all. Just because, again, that they just got called up and they're showing them every episode. And yeah, they were big there. She was always, I just don't get it. That one. Again, it was because there was a woman. Like, how often are there, big factions like that on the main roster where a woman is still part of it? I mean, Evolution, no. Any ones that matter. Sorry. Like, Evolution, no. Legacy, nah. Four Horsemen, nah. Like, so it's gonna, see what they do there if they bring him back. Grand Metalik and Lince Dorado. I mean, they had a good run there, Lucha House Party, but they never gave him the strap. So I mean, they can go find work somewhere else. I'm sure someone will take them. Eva Marie, thank God, because I really don't physically understand why they even brought her back, because she can't wrestle. Like all the one-on-one, coddled special treatment she's gotten, she still cannot wrestle. You hate me for it. I really don't care. That one, I was like, cool. She needed it because that was a waste. Keith Lee and Mia Yim, because they're a package. Keith, I mean, look at the run he was on NXT. And then, I mean, literally, he showed up on the main roster and then changed his song. And well, it was just all downhill from there. And that was all, again, right around the same amount of time. I mean, because he dropped the belt to Cross. I mean, it wasn't very, soon before for, he's only there a couple extra months on the main roster. But I mean, he was there, and what he was doing while he was in NXT and the showing in the Rumble and the showing at, Survivor Series, and like he was on a freakish role. He was the first ever, double champion in NXT. Like he was on top of the world. And then, I mean, they did have him in good spots. Then he had the health issues, but he come back doing the Bearcat thing. They're putting all this effort into it, all these, little things, just saying Bearcat Lee, coming next week. And when they do all that, and then they got rid of him, which again, I'm sure someone will, of all the people that got released, I'm sure him. Yeah. And Mia's super talented and stuff. She just, got the opportunities on the main roster. I really don't understand. That whole retribution thing was just a waste anyway. But those two will get picked up somewhere. I can't believe that Keith actually got dumped after the role he was on. But again, look at everything, the way the main roster goes. And again, he was, I believe, expected, supposed to get the United States Championship till all that health stuff happened. So, I mean, there's that, but would that have done anything to make a difference in all this? Possibly, but his momentum from one, NXT to the main roster is complete night and day difference. Once he came out into that different song, it's kind of like when Karrion came out, without Scarlett. Like it just, a lot of it was gone. A lot of it. And, they had their disagreements with CFO. Obviously they don't work with them, anymore. But like, there's still other people that are using songs that that CFO did. So I don't understand why they didn't, want to pay up for that one. But him and Mia should be good again because both of them are phenomenal. And Mia was on a hell of a run before WWE. She had a good run in NXT. I don't think she was ever champion, but she had a good run. It's just that retribution thing was just, that was a downfall. And at least they used the men. I mean, she was really, I only remember her being in a match or so. Otherwise, she was just there. She wasn't even wrestling. So, compared to what she can do, I didn't like that. But it is what it is. They got future endeavored, but I have great faith they'll be okay. Harry Smith, Oni. Oni Lorcan's been there for forever. I mean, a big monstrous guy. So, he's one of those we all felt sooner or later was going to happen just because the new direction they're going in. But, I mean, the best thing he did was when he was with, Pete Dunne, Pat McAfee. When he was with that whole group doing that, he's a tag team champion. Which was his biggest spot with Danny Burch until an injury happened. And then, well, the whole new rebranding of the whole thing came in. Pat went to SmackDown to commentary, Pete's, doing whatever Pete's doing. Oni and Danny weren't doing anything. What's his name went up, got Ridge Holland went up to SmackDown. So, I saw that one coming just because of the size. Frankie Monet, I mean, she was way hotter when she was everywhere else working than the Frankie Monet, that we saw there. So, I just think it's been a lot of shenanigans really since she got up there. So I think that'll be better for her because and I just never got behind the character and they never really seemed like to want you to get like behind the character. Like, and then you like, I don't know. I never got it. There's stuff in the other, around other, companies. Like she did great stuff. So I know she'll have probably get picked up by, someone. There's Impact. I mean, there's enough wrestling companies out there. Someone will get her after. And thankfully, she was only in NXT. So that means, just like Oni, that means at least the non-compete will be smaller, time-wise, which means she'll be able to go and help a women's division somewhere. Because again, it wasn't, her. It was just the character. Like it just hurt my brain. So I never really got behind it, but that's not taking away talent from her by any means because she is talented. So there's that Ember Moon. That's a damn waste because again, NXT Women's Champion, main roster got sidelined because of an injury. And then so far she came back, Women's Tag Team Champion, had that match against Raquel, which I still think she was more qualified than Mandy to get the title. But I mean, Vince finally got a strap on Mandy. So there's that. But I think, her non compete goes, I think she'll be able to find work somewhere else. I don't think that one will be that hard of a, sell. I think she could go, somewhere. We all know it's wrestling, women's division really needs the help. Would she fit in there? I think, quite possibly it would be just because it would help the roster, so there's that. Trey Baxter, he was just big in that breakout tournament, but here we are now. Jesse Kamea, Jeet Rama, who I must say, at least he got his head kicked off for, his troubles the other night. Zaida Ramir, Katrina Cortez, and then Nia Jax. There's the one that no one actually, I think that's the one that actually caught everyone off guard, just because, her family line, the lineage. I mean, all the stories and all the, everything about her injuring people, not being safe, yada, yada, yada. Never being really like over. I mean, well, they did like her at the whole, bullying thing with Alexa down at WrestleMania. I'll do that. Like they were happy when she got that. And Bliss just plays that good of a heel. But I think her and Mickey were perfect for that. But Nia Jax, like everyone, literally, like everyone, fans and everyone just thought that she was untouchable because she was still there after this amount of time. And like even her stuff, like acting with Reggie was just, I don't know, it was over the top and not good, in my opinion. And again, a lot of people got injured because of it. Set up all kinds of weird stuff, ruined Survivor Series matches that were planned, all kinds of stuff. But no one saw it coming just because, it's just related to The Rock, so on and so on. Like Peter Maivia, like the whole lineage there, which is why I didn't see it coming. Like I thought that she was still here after this amount of time, then she wasn't going anywhere. So really, I see a lot of people saying that's the big shocker. I mean, sadly, really, if you think about it, it is, because she should have been gone a very, very, very long time ago. But I do hear, hers was because of not getting the not being vaccinated. Which, it's just the way it is. I mean, they're making everyone bend the knee and do it. There are some, yeah, never mind. I won't even get into that. That'll be on the other show. If you want to hear my take on that, watch Jesse Rosinsky show. And apparently there's three others that haven't been vaccinated that got released because of that, but they haven't come out and said so yet. At least I didn't see anything by the time I started doing this. But I mean, I think there's going to be a bunch of it. And just because of, all the mandates coming on, the size of the fine, that's the big one. So I'm sure if there's more people that haven't been, there's going to be more of these coming. That's probably why they did those. Like a lot of these, I don't see it. Like the COVID vaccination ones, those are the ones where like their hands literally forced and they have no choice but to do it. So Nia was forced out, literally, pretty much. So I don't know, she can go do like other things. I mean, she did the modeling thing. Like she can go to another company and, work with, younger talent. But I mean, the injuries she's racked up to people, let alone her own body. I mean, take some time off and, figure it out. But that didn't see the one for the, COVID thing, for the vaccination status. I don't think she'd be gone, or those other three, just, but time's coming up. So they have no choice. But 18 people, like, remember when they just used to do this like once a year? It was like, the great cleansing every year. We're all sitting there waiting, wonder who's going to go this year. And now it seems like it's happening. Like, I mean, it's been a while this time, at least. I mean, earlier this year, it was just one after another after another. They just kept dropping people like bad habits. And we had very long conversations just trying to get through all the names because there was just that many people. But Yeah, this is just nuts. I wish all of them, again, and characters I didn't like because they still have talent to be there, except for Eva Marie. I wish I hope they go and find somewhere else to work where they can actually be like utilized, appreciated, or something. They go build themselves up, or they move on to something else and it's successful. You don't wish bad on anyone, no matter how much they hurt your head. Yeah, it's just ridiculous how many they go on budget cuts. Because I swear to God, I saw something like 30 some $1 million in profits, or 60 or something for the quarter. Like I don't remember which number I saw. I saw two, but like tens of millions of dollars profit just in that quarter. And they're doing this for budget cuts. Like, so they got to be doing something bigger, got to be getting ready to sell. I mean, there's something that they're not telling us, because that is a metric ton of people they have released in this year for budget cuts, when we all know how much money they're still making. Because publicly traded company, you could look up this stuff. Like, it's just, I don't know, mind altering. So we'll see. I mean, there could be more to come. I'm curious to see what the other three names were when it comes to the vaccinations. If that's true, just because, well, there's would be those four that were because of that. And then we could look at the other 14 for, budget reasons, even though they're making like more money than a lot. So I don't know. I get the COVID. I don't get the budget thing. That just seems like an excuse because they don't have budget problems, but they look like they're getting ready to sell problem. Except for the vaccines, again, because of fines coming from that. But still crazy stuff. Didn't see it coming. So, except for Eva Marie, good riddance. It was a waste. There's other people they could have paid instead of having her there. She's been back for 17 seconds. Like, it was just a terrible idea and run the whole time because no one cared. So that being said, though, I'm going to jump off and start rambling about this. Still can't believe some of the names on there, but they'll all get picked up and do good things somewhere else, and maybe we'll see them again in the machine with whoever's running the machine at that point. But yeah, that's some crazy stuff. Tomorrow I will be back for the SmackDown and Rampage recap. Yeah, the Friday night recap. I mean, a lot of wrestling, some good stuff. See the Eddie and Punk stuff. See what they do on SmackDown. Like, they got to carry on the Usos and New Day stuff. But by the time at how we pinned you, so we get a tag title match. And the Paul stuff, like, it's going to be, at least entertaining. So let's see what they do with both shows and the matches on them. And we'll get into all of that tomorrow. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check it out, like it on all the platforms. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on all the videos, which is where the repeat comes from, because it helps us out. It gets more eyes and ears on there. And you can share the link to everything, no matter what you're listening on. So please do that. Feel free to, comment and tell me what you think about the releases and my feelings on it, because everyone has their own feelings. And until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your night, enjoy the wrestling tonight, and peace.